the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network. As tonight we are here at the Daytona International Speedway as OP Racing presents their championship night. 4 drivers are going to battle it out, but only one is going to wear the crown here tonight. And who is it going to be? Well, we'll find out after 200 miles of 200 miles per hour of racing. I'll get it spit out sooner or later, but man, I am ready for this one. I am excited for it, and I hope you all are as well. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is KR Solfus. I am your host here tonight, and alongside me is my young protege who I've taught him everything I know. Took all of 2 seconds. That is none other than Dave Worrell. Dave, how are you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, KR. Glad to be here for the championship night here with OP Racing Super Speedway Series. Pretty fitting to start at Daytona, end at Daytona, and I think you gave yourself a little too much credit, about 2 seconds too much. Well, see, there you go.
See? Huh?
Uh-huh.
It can happen. All right, folks, let's get right into it. Our point standings for tonight look something like this. The top 4 are your championship contenders: Derek Conley, Logan Helton, James Mayer, and Hunter Reynolds. All 4 of those drivers are going to go at it for our championship night here. Everyone else trying to be the best of the rest. Right now, that goes to Rick Seabrands. Duvendeck a little bit further behind him. So, man, these guys got some points to gain here tonight. A few close battles, but nothing set in stone just yet. That's why we run all the laps, all the races. And at the end of it all, we see who is our champion. So before we go any further, guys, let's go ahead and take a quick moment and let's kick things off by talking to some of our championship contenders. And let's start with the driver as I try and find him. Let's see here. This is the driver of the 95 machine. That is none other than James Mayer. Jamie, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am doing just fine, buddy. But that 95 machine has a championship battle to deal with here tonight. So I just want to bring you up and kind of talk you up a little bit and maybe get your nerves at a high point.
Yeah, I don't know if they can get much higher, but trying to stay cool and calm. I'm excited to get going here. Hoping to stay up front and or at least stay clean to be there at the end.
Absolutely, man. Totally get it. And that 95 machine looking solid so far in practice. You got the fastest lap so far. Qualifying not going to be an issue here tonight. Is everyone getting their spot set in by the duels? But you are somewhere in the first 2 rows. Where are you starting out here tonight?
That's a good question. I don't actually know. All I know is we'd be the championship 4 will be in the first 2 rows, so somewhere up there.
All right, man. Well, Dave, any questions for the 95 of Jimmy Mayer?
Maybe just one. I mean, you still got some stages here tonight. What do you do? How do you play it? Do you play it safe until the final stage, or do you just let it all hang out all night long?
Stages won't mean anything tonight, but still want to win them. So we're going to race hard. More importantly, going to try to keep the car clean to make sure we're there at the end. But we're still going to go race hard. We're still going to go after it.
All right, Jimmy. Good luck to you, man, and we'll be watching from high in the sky.
All right, thanks, guys.
That is your Alliance Motorsports in the 95 machine, James Mayer. But now let's move on to the next guy that we're going to talk to here. And that is the pilot of the 28 machine. That is Derek Conley. Derek, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. How about you, KR?
Not too bad. A championship on the line. You missed the first 3 races. We're going to start calling you Kyle Busch.
Yeah, let's not do that. That's, I don't like disrespect, and that's very disrespectful to me.
Okay, fine. We'll let you win the championship first, then call you Kyle Busch.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, I missed first 3 races. Just had to get my mind back into it. Had some practice races with the guys, and they got me back fully focused. And I came here ready to play, and we've made it this far. We're going to see what happens.
All right, man. Well, real quick, we're going to let Dave fire off a question to you, and then we'll let you focus in on the race here tonight.
10-4.
Yeah, Derek. I mean, you already said it with KR. You missed 3 races at the beginning of the season. Does it make it any sweeter to be one of the final 4 here, knowing that you kind of gave the whole series, all of the drivers, a little bit of a head start?
Yes and no. I mean, I've been in the chase this is the 4th season, so I've been in all 4 chases. This is actually my first time making it to the final 4, so that in itself is sweet. Having that little bit of a come from behind definitely always helps, but there's no way I could have done it without the backing of my teammates. Josh, Hunter, Will, Ernie. Ernie's back with us tonight. That's the only reason I was able to make it as far as I have. Thanks, guys. Hope you all have a great night at the booth. Hope we put on a great show.
Hey, I'm doing good. How about you?
Easy.
I thought it was funny. Doesn't matter. Everybody's kind of pumped up here. I'm ready to go. Should be a good race. Good team behind me, and I'm looking forward to it. Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I am doing good. How about yourself? My plan really is just to try and stay up front as much as I can. I know in the later stages of the race, track position is key, so I'm hoping I can just keep this track position. I feel, I don't want to say overconfident, but all season I've been able to keep it up front, especially at Daytona. And I've really enjoyed this track, so looking forward to see how this turns out, whether I win it or I don't.
All right, Logan. Well, good luck, and we're going to let you take to the grid, bud.
Thank you.
That is Logan Helton from Checkered Flag Motorsports giving us a quick little word. Sorry about that. I had my microphone muted. Dang old dang. Boy, I'm nervous.
You're making me look great.
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and go through tonight's 4X graphics starting lineup. On pole will be the 63 of Logan Helton. On his outside, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row number 2, the next set of championship contenders, the 95 of James Mayer and the 28 of Derek Conley. Row 3 is going to be the 40 of Anthony English and the 8 of Cody Ober. Row number 4, the 82 of Daniel Harrington and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row number 5 will be the 4 of Rick Seabrands and the 24 of Will Weber.
Row number 6, the 52 of Randall Cobb, followed by the 44 of Rodney Cobb. Row number 7, the 7 of Josh Milam, and the 53 of Dave Hunt. Starting inside row number 8 here tonight, the 77 of David Booth and the 02 of David Overstreet. Row number 9, the 00 of Rob Connors and the 10 of Robert Duvendak. Rounding out your top 20 and 19th, the 21 of Daniel Holloway and Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91.
And finally, row number 10 is going to be the 51 of Travis Elliott and Cody Eldred, being our race control for the final race this season. As we get ready to fire them off, our sponsor here tonight, 4X Graphics. The link is provided down below for his Facebook page if you would like to pick up a paint from 4X Graphics. But here we go, stage number 1 about to fire off. This is going to end at the completion of lap 25. And here we go, green flag is out for the final time this season. Lap number 1 is underway.
Lap number 1 underway. Helton with a great start, outside lane not getting going. Mayer right there on his bumper as they head through 1 and 2. Back down the back stretch. Look for Hunter Reynolds to try to gain some ground as they head down this long back stretch here at Daytona International Speedway for the first time tonight.
So the championship 4 started on the first 2 rows. The rest of the field is going to have to figure out how to work their way in and around this championship battle. But right now, Logan Helton leads it. The 95 of James Mayer on his back bumper and coming around to lead the first lap here tonight. Logan, the kid Helton, out in front, getting it done early here. Stage number 1, though, well, we don't give the checkered flag away just yet. Logan Helton looking very solid. Hunter Reynolds on the outside trying to get some momentum coming on the backstretch. And Dave, this field knows what's at stake. Talking to these drivers before the race, man, everyone was excited to get this championship race in. And we still have no idea. Nobody knows who's going to walk away with the championship.
Not yet, and it's still a very long way to go here, coming to take 98 laps to go here tonight. Now, I mean, we're going to see the switch that Mayer just pulled a few more times tonight as he drops down to the bottom to now lead the field into turns 1 and 2. Connolly and Reynolds still hooked together on that outside lane with help from the 8 of Cody Ober. And man, I tell you what, they're not playing no games. These championship 4 at the front of the field, not afraid to mix it up so far heading into turn 3.
So far, the championship 4 still sitting in the top 4 spots. Right now, Derek Conley, the only car in the outside lane of our championship 4, but the 95 going to make the move to the outside for the moment. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 going to be scored with that lap led. So far, James Mayer, Hunter Reynolds, and Logan Helton have all led laps. So these championship drivers mixing it up, trying to make something happen early here.
And you got to keep in mind with these drivers, it's not about the points here tonight. It's about where they finish. If they can manage to finish better than any of their other 3 competitors, they're going to walk away with the championship. So these laps being led by our championship 4 really are kind of just added icing on the cake.
As we come around to complete lap number 4, the rest of the field still in this battle, so let's do a quick check on that. Anthony English in the 40 machine, tucked in behind Logan Helton. Cody Ober tucked in nice and tight behind the 28 of Derek Conley. Daniel Holloway in the 82 machine, he's right there as well. So some strong contenders in behind our championship 4. One of these guys could walk away with this win here tonight. It is not about just letting these championship 4 win. Each and every one of these drivers would love to pick up the win here tonight.
As we've got a few cars breaking to pit road, this time by very early, but inside the fuel window to get them to the end of stage number 1. And KR, I mean, that's what's great about these championship races is you almost have a double race night. You got the race for the race win, and then the overall championship. So we can have two different winners here tonight, and we very well may see that.
The Hunter Reynolds in the 26, leading the charge on the inside lane. James Mayer in the 95, leading the charge in the outside. Rolling across your ticker, you will see the other drivers in with some C in their name. The league admins forgot to update to the championship 4. That's okay, we'll forgive them. I forgot to turn my microphone on for the start of this race, so hey, we're only human. We can only make as many mistakes as Dave will allow us.
Which is a ton, an absolute ton.
So at the front, the top 4 still remain unchanged. They have got a lock on this field for the moment. But we do have drivers who have hit pit road. That is the drivers of Buck Wild Racing. Rodney Cobb in the 44 leading the charge right now for these guys. Dave Hunt tucked in behind him. Randall Cobb and Rob Connors right there as well. So having this early pit stop, we have seen time and time again that whoever can hit pit lane first tends to have a little bit of an advantage. But these 4 drivers have really kind of not hooked up very quickly, so I'm not sure how this is going to play out for them.
Yeah, and we've seen this strategy play out in the beginning of the season from Alliance Motorsports, KR, and they were always able to come on the pit road very close and exit very close, get linked back up and headed in the right direction a little bit faster than most of the other packs. So I think how you manage your entry and exit is key here.
Yeah, be efficient getting on and off pit road. Having ran the duels with these guys, Dave, I can tell you getting off a pit lane, very, very tricky. It is very slick down there on that apron going through turns 1 and 2. But these drivers have got it figured out. They know exactly how hard to push that car without getting sideways.
And you got to remember, most of these drivers too, KR, they're not taking tires when they come down. They're just getting fuel. So their tires are beat up, a little bit worn. And if they hit the throttle a little bit too soon, round they go. I've done it plenty of times. Pretty sure you have too.
Absolutely. Can't find the limit if you don't step over it. Hunter Reynolds dives down to the inside in the 26. That leaves Derek Conley leading the outside lane. Cody Ober, Will Weber, the 0-2 machine of David Overstreet. As Overstreet's going to dive down to that inside line. We will see these guys hit pit lane here. Anywhere now, honestly, the fuel window is open to make it to the end of the stage, but we have seen these guys try and push it as far as they can. We've even seen 1 or 2 of them go the entire opening stage without hitting pit lane.
And I'm not sure that's something that your championship 4 are going to be doing, but if they all try it together, it's possible. But I would play it safe. If I was one of the crew chiefs, I would definitely be in there. Hey, bring it down. Stage doesn't matter. We'll be back on the lead lap. Worst case scenario when we start stage number 2. So don't look for too much pit strategy or fuel strategy out of your championship 4. 3 wide down the backstretch.
We ride on board with Will Weber, watching the battle take place at the front of the field here. Weber on that 4X graphics, giving us an excellent shot as they head into the tri-oval. The 95 of James Mayer taking over the race lead. Derek Conley going to try and make it 3 wide. Logan Helton right now, he doesn't have any help. And Logan in the middle as they go 3 wide into turn 1. Logan falling back a little bit. Cody Ober staying tucked in behind the 28 along with Will Weber and Josh Milam. And now Logan Helton is going to tuck in behind the 40 of Anthony English.
Yeah, it looked like the 0-2 of David Overstreet kind of just let off the gas a little bit, left a little bit of a gap for one of your championship contenders, Logan Helton, to jump down there to the bottom line, regather himself, See if he can't get back to the front here, KR, and try to take over the lead. Hasn't led since he was up there at the front for those first 2 or 3 laps. So very, very tough to get the lead and keep it as the field works their way off of turn number 2 and back down the backstretch.
Mayer down on the yellow line, leading this race for the moment. Derek Conley, 4-car train in the outside as they got some momentum coming now. Derek Conley door to door with the 95 as they head off into turn number 3. We're working lap 13 of 25 here in stage number 1.
And Conley on that outside, the only one of your championship 4 drivers not to lead a lap yet, very close at the line. Give that lap to Mayer once again as on the outside, Conley surging with a push from Ober. That outside lane beginning to work a little bit better. Got the 24 of Will Weber right there, 3rd car outside lane with Josh Milam right behind them. So those 4 drivers showing a little bit of power out there.
Yeah, so far it has been a championship contender out in front of this race. Logan Helton right now has fallen back a little bit, but he's not too far away that it would be of concern. At 63 machine driving for Checkered Flag Motorsports. He does have a teammate behind him, the 02 of David Overstreet. A quick rundown of the teams in the championship. Derek Conley and Hunter Reynolds, the 28 and the 26 for FSR Fuel Sim Racing. And then the 95 of James Mayer representing Alliance Motorsports in this championship battle. And of course, the 63 of Logan Helton, Checkered Flag Motorsports. So right now, I think these guys are trying to get with their teammates. James Mayer, though, he's having to look for one of his, but the 40 of Anthony English just 1 car behind.
And a big move there in turn 1 last time around. Conley dropping straight across the nose of Mayer, taking the lead for the first time and keeping it all the way back to the line. Put a lap in the back pocket of Derek Conley. Ober and Weber struggling outside with help from Milam now as they work their way through 1 and 2. Anthony English with about a car length between himself and Hunter Reynolds. Oh, a little bit of squirrely going on. Car wrecking on the apron. He stayed green flag.
That is Rodney Cobb in the 44 was pointed in the wrong direction. Rodney Cobb up in smoke along with the 4 of Rick Sebrands, and Rick is going to have to take a tow. He is going back on the flatbed, so an early exit for the 4 of Sebrands. Let's see real quick if we can back this up and figure out what happened on our Turn 3 Racing Network replay. So I might have backed it up a little bit too far, but we're going to see what happened to the 4 of Rick Sebrands. We drop on board here. Rick works his way through 1 and 2. He's tucked in behind the 04 of Mark Mann. And then up in front, you see all the smoke, the field scattering. And Rick just took evasive action straight into the 44 of Rodney Cobb. Let's see if we can figure out what happened to Rodney Cobb real quick. As we do have Logan Helton and David Overstreet coming down to pit road. And there's the hard impact with the 44. But back live, Logan Helton and David Overstreet have hit pit lane. The 10 of Robert Dubendak has made a pit stop as well as he is trying to get up to speed. He goes 1 lap down. So already seeing some strategies play out a little bit differently. Now here comes the race leader, Derek Conley, Hunter Reynolds, and Anthony English going to go 3 wide onto pit road.
Yeah, your top 7 all hitting pit road together. I believe this is going to be your biggest pack. And as long as they can come off a pit road together, I think this is going to be the way to go. Numbers bring speed when it's done right here at the restrictor plate tracks, Daytona, Talladega. So look for these drivers to try to get off a pit road together. Looks like Connolly and English right there with each other. I believe that's Hunter Reynolds right there, even with Conley as well, as they make their way off a pit road and try to get up to speed before they get past.
Yeah, Hunter Reynolds is going to blend in the third place here. Derek Conley in the 28 out in front of the field. He is the race leader. With that said, we'll check in where Logan Helton is, as he has already made his pit stop. That is the 52, the 53, and the 00 of Buck Wild Racing, who came down pit lane first. They're going to slide in front of the 63 of Helton. Helton has the 02 Overstreet on him. James Mayer in the 95 machine right there as well. So Mayer went from the lead to 15th spot for the moment as they work their way past Dan Harrington in the 82.
And it looks like that last pack was able to get onto pit road and off of pit road and still maintain quite a big gap. They got onto pit road much better than most of the other groups, as they've, I mean, KR, they've got about a 2-second gap back to the next pack.
So Anthony English, who had the lead for the moment, but got left high and dry, is going to slot in behind the 24 of Will Weber. Derek Conley out in front of this field. Hunter Reynolds, his teammate, right behind him. Josh Milam, Will Weber, all four FSR drivers getting hooked up here very early. And we have seen the powerhouse that is FSR. When these guys get hooked up, man, they are hard to deal with.
And hard to deal with right now for a 4-car train a little bit further through the field, being led by the 52 of Randall Cobb, trying to make it around some single file cars down on the bottom lane, not really grouped up very well, and it's slowing their progress down, now fading back just a little bit as Mark Mann begins to surge on the bottom. That's all the way from about 9th all the way through 15th, 16th place right there. Just a massive little group of cars that just can't seem to sort themselves out and get this thing headed, trying to close the gap on the leaders. 3.5 seconds now, KR.
Back to the front we go as the 40 of Anthony English working with the 21 of Daniel Holloway to try and take the race lead. Conley down on the bottom, not going to give up that lead just yet. So the 4 FSR drivers stay hooked up down on the yellow line. And then the 40 and the 21, as Holloway and English. Daniel Holloway from the DEI wannabes. The 40 of English driving with Alliance Motorsports. These two drivers on this outside lane hanging tough with the 4 FSRs.
And it's pretty interesting that outside lane has been able to maintain the way it has with half the number of cars. Typically, you see the more cars, the more speed you can get. But somehow, some way, these drivers are able to keep them higher lanes rolling and moving in the right direction. Big run by English and the Holloway on that outside lane, pulling even now with Conley as they head into turn 3.
Coming to 2 laps to go here in the first stage of the championship race. Derek Conley out in front. James Mayer in the 95 trying to find some speed as he is trying to close the gap in. We'll check in on the second group of drivers being led by Cody Ober on the inside. Mayer and Logan Helton here in this second group trying to work that outside lane. They have got some ground to make up, but man, they do have quite the group here with them. So, strength in numbers here to Draft Pack as we go on board with the 91 of Ernie Williams. Ernie going to carry it through 3 and 4. He is tucked in behind Travis Elliott in that 51 machine. But up at the front, we get ready to start the final lap here in stage number 1. One more time around, who is going to ring in this championship night with the first stage victory? The 28 of Derek Conley pulling away from the 40 for the moment, but the 26 is going to get a run on him and give a nice little shot to that back bumper.
Yeah, and I would look to see Anthony English try to take the stage win away and spoil it for a championship contender, although for the championship contenders, the stage win really doesn't matter. There you see the bottom lane starting to surge forward once again. Big push out of Holloway, getting a little bit sideways there. Coming through the tri-oval, it's a drag race to the line. I believe English may have got that one.
Caution flag comes out, and we'll wait to see. But man, that one was close. The 40 of English or the 28 of Derek Conley. Man, oh man, that one was close. So I'm going to wait for race control to call that one for us. But I do think Conley, or I'm sorry, Reynolds may have got that one. I'm not 100% sure.
And sometimes you got to make sure the transponders are all in the right places, and make sure nobody has it in front of the other in order to come to the line that close in photo finish fashion here at the end of stage number 1 KR. Heck of a way to start off the night.
Yeah, that one was super close. Really couldn't even begin to tell you who won the stage between those two. So we wait from word from race control as Derek Conley makes his way around to catch up to that pace car here out on the track. As the field catches up, everyone going to scatter a little bit and get on the binders. Going to see pit stops here. So the end of stage number 1 done and over with. And Conley is out in front, so maybe he was the one who picked up that stage win.
Well, whether he did or not, I kind of like what he's doing, just keeping his car at the front of the field like, hey, it was me. Look at me. You know what I mean? Bring attention to yourself, and maybe the officials just like, yep, he got it.
Well, race control just informed. It took a little bit of review. It was that close, but it is the 40 of Anthony English.
And well, officials with a keen eye put an end to Conley's happy hour here at the end of stage number 1. Good finish nonetheless, as you know, we've still got the important flag ahead of us here later tonight. 74 laps to go. Short stage here for stage number 2 KRs. Everybody's going to hit pit road this time by.
That they are as the field comes down pit lane. Maybe see some tires this time, maybe not. Definitely going to see fuel being added. A couple cars are going to take tires. Logan Helton piles in to his pit lane. Holloway in the 21. Excellent pit stop by Daniel Holloway. He's going to win the race off of pit road. So a superb stop by the 21 machine as everyone else files out. But Daniel Holloway winning the race off of pit road. But your stage 1 winner is the 40 of Anthony English. Let's see if we can get a quick word in with the Alliance Motorsports driver in that 40 machine. Your stage 1 winner. Congratulations, Anthony English.
Hey, how's it going, KR? Thank you.
That's going just fine. This 40 machine doesn't care that there's a championship out there. He's going to try and win this thing, and you kick it off by winning stage 1.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to show them guys all the respect in the world, but we're here to race, buddy.
Totally understand that. Each and every time you hit the track, you want to win, but yeah, that championship 4, though, looked like they had a lock on the field in the first part of stage number 1, but green flag pit stops kind of scrambled the field. But man, you hit pit road and got a good jump on all of that and come away with the stage win.
Yeah, well, I was kind of just, a lot of us were just hanging out, just waiting for pit stops, seeing if it went green, and after, green, it was just going to be balls to the wall, and ended up having Daniel there at the end helping me out, and wouldn't have got that win there if it wasn't for Daniel Holloway. So big props to him for pushing me.
All right, man. Well, last race of the season. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh, for sure. First off, you guys up in the booth, KR in turn 3, Alex and everybody who puts on this for OP Racing and Alliance Motorsports.
All right, that is Anthony English, your stage 1 winner. Getting it done early here, but race isn't over just yet, Dave.
No, it isn't. And I'd like to give a shout out to Logan Helton's pit crew. One of the fastest stops in his box, only 7.5 seconds in his pit box, in a very, very fast on and off pit road, 25.7 seconds fastest, getting Helton back up there inside your top 3. So heck of a job by his pit crew, and that's some championship form right there.
Yeah, he hit his pit stall with a full head of steam. I felt like he was going to overshoot it, but somehow he got it stopped. The crew was ready, everyone was ready, and he finds himself in 3rd place now. What an excellent job here. He was, after that first round of green flag pit stops, sitting around 10th to 15th, but now comes off pit lane in 3rd.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he needed to do. You heard him speak about track position, and what better track position than well, I guess 1st or 2nd, obviously, but I mean 15th to 3rd, nothing to argue about there as he hits pit road one more time.
Daniel Holloway gonna stay out, but it looks like everyone else gonna come down pit road. David Overstreet stays out along with Randall Cobb. The 44 machine of Rodney Cobb getting the wave around as the lights go out on the pace car. Rodney Cobb going to find himself 2 laps down. Rick Seabrands in the 4 machine is the only car 1 lap down at the moment. But Rick going to try and stay in this battle. Rick wants to win this race, but I think he also wants to help see that 95 of James Mayer win the championship as well. So Rick had to burn his fast repair. He's got his last car out there along with the 44 of Rodney Cobb.
And that's got to be a little bit of a tough situation to handle, whether you're in the championship hunt or not, to be in your backup car already before the end of stage number 1. That's a bit of a, oh boy, puckering moment, if you would.
It sure is. But the 21 of Daniel Holloway and the 02 of David Overstreet on the front row for this restart. Dan Harrington and then the 00 of Rob Connors in row number 2. Row 3 on this restart, the 40 of Anthony English and the 52 of Randall Cobb. I apologize. Forgot where I was going with that. But lights go out. Dave, why don't you take us to this green flag?
Pace car down and away field coming to the restart line. Green flag back in the air. Long train of cars down on the inside. Only 3 on that outside lane. Not getting a very good start. We've seen that time and time again. That outside lane not getting going, but now surging back forward are those 3 drivers. Holloway still leading the field at the bottom of turns 1 and 2 with help from Harrington. Overstreet out there trying to get that 3rd line. Now a 4th car joining as they head down the backstretch. Drag race into 3 for who's going to lead the field.
Holloway down on the bottom. Harrington pushing hard on the 21 machine. Stage number 2 going to end at the completion of lap 50. But don't tell these guys that. They're going at it as if it's the last lap of the race right now, trying to get up to speed, trying to find the best place to put their car. Our championship 4 finding themselves sprinkled throughout this field right now. The leader in the championship battle is the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Then James Mayer, Derek Conley, and Logan Helton after that awesome pit stop. He came down pit lane one more time for 4 tires. We'll see how that is going to work out for the 63.
And I think that was get 4 now. Number 2 will just come down, top it off. This should be able to get the track position there for the beginning of the final stage as Daniel Holloway still leads the field down there on that inside lane. Outside lane getting stronger and stronger as the numbers get bigger. we'll have ourselves a battle once again, side by side, end up 1 and 2 for the top spot.
Field makes its way onto the backstretch. Holloway with all the momentum in the world. Overstreet trying to overcome that. He makes his way to the back bumper of the 21. Into turn 3 they go. So far, we have not had a caution for an incident, but Rick Seabrans and Rodney Cobb got involved in a situation. We did have a spin, but not one that triggered an iRacing caution. So far, we've been clean and green except for the stage.
Yeah, no water bottle cautions here on iRacing. You got to be on the racing surface, so even if it's a pretty big one, as long as it's not impeding any racing by being on the racing surface, officials just kind of look the other way. Sometimes it works in your advantage, sometimes not. Unfortunately, a few drivers caught up with it, but everybody back on the lead lap, I do believe.
The 51 of Travis Elliott started in 21st, finds himself in 10th place. He's made his way through this field quite quickly. Did pick up a win on the season, but was unable to participate in the championship battle. So he was not one of our 12 drivers to make the championship post-season, if you will, but still had a good season. Anytime you can pick up a win here on Monday night, it's quite an accomplishment.
Yeah, repeat winners don't happen. Whoa, big move there for a moment. Rob Connors and Daniel Holloway almost touching on the entry of turn 3 right there. Holloway now looking to the outside of Overstreet, trying to take the lead back, pull the switch. We've seen that switch happen time and time again as the field still side by side for multiple rows, probably your top 10, all under a blanket, all within about a half a second of each other.
As the 21 of Daniel Harrington leads the race, how about we do a little bit of turn it up?
dropping out there out of your championship 4.
So the 63 of Logan Helton maybe being the only championship contender not having damage is I have got some issues with the microphones here tonight, guys. I apologize tremendously for that. I don't know what the deal is. As we have several drivers on pit road, let's go ahead, take a quick break, see if I can't fix what's going on. I'll be right back after this.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast. Often imitated, never duplicated. The greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as I do believe have figured out the technical difficulties, got it fixed, got it ironed out. Good news is still got half the race to go to make all the mistakes I can. But man, Dave, thank you so much for being here tonight and covering for me, keeping me from spinning out of control and stressing out too much.
Well, don't get too comfortable with me keeping you under control and from spinning out because you're going to be hitting the track here next season with these OP Racing Super Speedway guys. So, yeah, there's only so much I can do for you.
That's for sure. For those of you who don't know, Season 2 is going to be headed up by none other than Dave Worrell. I am going to get a much needed break from behind here. I love every minute of doing these broadcasts, but after 2 years of calling these races, I've run out of jokes. They've gone dry for me, so I'm gonna kick my feet up a little bit, sit back and relax and watch Dave struggle through this. and try and make as many mistakes as I do. But yeah, gonna be season 5 for OP Racing. So Dave, you're gonna be taking over it. Man, that's gonna be a changing of the guard, but I look forward to the break I have.
Yeah, a small changing of the guard up here in the booth. I'm sure I can snatch you up every now and again, maybe possibly take a night off, but changing of the guard might be happening out there tonight. Logan Helton, rookie, back up at the front of the field, track position in hand, pace car hitting pit road. Will Weber waiting to get on the gas, and Helton with a great jump on that outside lane. He left his help in the dust. No help now going into turn number 1. Inside lane beginning to surge forward with Weber and Holloway. Now finally the 52 of Randall Cobb getting to the back of Helton, but he's going to drop all the way to 4th. Now he drops down in front of the 10 of Robert Duvendak heading down the back stretch.
Will Weber in the 24, your race leader. Logan Helton falling to 4th place. James Mayer, after getting involved in that caution, has found himself in 3rd place. And so now James Mayer leads the championship contenders, but Derek Conley right there lurking as he's going to squeeze by the 63 of Logan Helton. Helton getting caught in that outside lane. A long wait for Helton to find some help as he was just losing spots to that train of cars down on the inside.
And it was a bit of an interesting move, or at least interesting to myself. He was in a good position there, 4th car inside lane, and just decided to go out there all alone. Does have help now. 2 cars lined up behind him, surging back to the front. Gap right there if he wants to drop down in it. Not going to do it. Going to stay on that right rear quarter of James Mayer through 3 and 4 back to the front stretch. Going to cross the line this time. Lap 44 out of 100 scheduled here tonight. Only about, 7 laps to the end of stage number 2.
Yeah, stage 2 starting to wind down as Josh Milam rejoins the race after an extended pit stop for that 7 machine. He gets back out there. Will Weber, though, continuing to lead. James Mayer now watches the 63 of Logan Helton take over the championship lead. But Mayer has the inside lane through the corner, and we've seen time and time again the inside lane has the advantage through the corners. That outside lane really surges back down the straightaways.
And I'm starting to look at our championship 4 again, and we're starting to see him emerge up at the front of the field. Connolly sitting right there behind Robert Duvendak. So we've got almost all of your championship 4 drivers except for Hunter Reynolds running up here inside the top 10.
Down the backstretch they go past the bus stop and into turn number 3 is Logan Helton going to dive in behind the 95 of Mayer. Derek Conley just 1 car separating him from the other 2 championship contenders. That is the 10 of Robert Duvendak. Duvendak made it into the playoffs, but was unable to advance into the final 4. So the 10 of Doobie, after having a spectacular start to the season, won the first 2 races, now watches his teammate try and pick up the win here. That 95 machine out in front on the outside lane.
Gonna pull the switch once again here. Will he drop down in front of Will Weber? Yes, he does. Going into turn number 3, that's gonna leave Holloway out there to lead that outside lane. Help from Cobb as well as Connors. Will the trio be able to push another car to the front of the field? Not gonna happen this time by James Mayer. Gonna lead another lap out there tonight as we begin lap 47 here in stage number 2. Gonna be called at the completion of 50, I believe it is, KR. So not very much more time for these drivers to try to see who's gonna steal stage number 2.
So the 95 and the 63 running nose to tail. Will Weber in the 24 on the outside lane. Daniel Holloway in the 21, tucked in tight behind him. Our stage 1 winner, Anthony English, in that 40 machine, finding himself a little bit off the race pace for the moment. He is at speed, just finds himself 3.1 seconds off the race leaders. That is the 4 Rick Seabrands working with the 40 machine. Rick still 1 lap down. For the moment, he is the only car 1 lap down, but Travis Elliott in the 51 machine, very kind of out there in no man's land as the last car on the lead lap.
And back at the front, we've got a side-by-side battle for the race lead. James Mayer jumped out there to the outside lane, got a good push by Holloway, but Logan Helton surged forward, got to the rear bumper of Will Weber and pulled him back in front of Mayer, crossing the line, give the lap to Weber once again. That inside lane prevailing, 2 laps to go here in stage number 2.
Will Weber trying to win the stage. James Mayer trying to win a championship. So James maybe going to try and attack this a little bit differently, but man, no better place to be than out in front, and that is where the 95 is as he takes that inside lane going into turn number 3. Holloway, a little bit of a wiggle there in the corner. Gonna wash up a bit, but back onto the front stretch we go. The 95 gonna see the white flag fly here for stage number 2, final time around.
Final time around in stage number 2, completion of lap 50, 51 laps remaining here tonight from Daytona International Speedway. Championship contender out there leading the field. Weber jumps to the outside. Holloway with a big push. Can Helton get there in time to get James Mayer back to the lead? Weber well and clear. Gonna drop down. Holloway gonna follow through as well.
So Will Weber to the point. Off of turn number 4, final lap in stage number 2. Mayer jumps up to the outside lane, but Will Weber is going to pick up stage number 2. That is 2 for 2 for non-championship contending drivers to win a stage.
Yeah, I think maybe they took that best of the rest comment in pre-race to heart here, KR, because the non-championship drivers are showing out here when the checkered flags fly. I guess it's a green-white checkered, so it still kind of counts, right?
Still kind of counts, green and white, like you said. Yeah, I mean it's a checkered flag. Could play chess on it if you wanted to. Maybe some checkers.
I like the big checkers.
Well, that's because you like to chew on them, Dave, and you can't chew on them. That's why we got kicked out of the Cracker Barrel.
I have not been kicked out of Cracker Barrel more than 4 states.
Well, we got some work to do. But Will Weber picks up the stage win as he gets caught up to the pace car. The rest of the field following suit. So with this stage done and over with, we go to the final stage of the night, the final stage of the season. Everyone going to be headed to pit lane. Will be interesting to see who wants tires, who takes 2. You know, tires don't necessarily wear out here, but you can still tell a difference after like 50 laps on your tires.
If I'm coming off the pit road after 15 laps without taking tires, I can feel the difference. But once you're up to speed, you're absolutely right. You really can't tell the tire difference. And do have confirmation from a race control. Will Weber is your stage number 2 winner. Pretty cut and clear. Only one to cross the line. No side-by-side battle for it this time, but race control letting us know Will Weber will get stage number 2 win as all the drivers bring their machines back down pit road for service.
Got to hit the pit box cleanly and quickly. Can the 63 of Logan Helton pull off another 7-second pit stop? Doesn't look to be that way as he's going to take Left side tires down and away goes the 63 of Helton. He is going to win the race off of pit road, though. Solid pit stop once again by the 63 crew. And so now that is 2 times that 63 crew and that the driver have made a very efficient pit stop.
A very good job, but I wonder if they're going to pull the strategy that they did there at the end of stage number 1, where they had that extremely great pit stop and then came down, put 4 tires on it, and kind of gave up all the track position. Going to be interesting to see what Helton and his crew chief are discussing, and if he does come down to pit road to maybe squeeze a lap or 2 further than the rest of the field.
All right, let's get a quick word in with our stage 2 winner, and that is the driver of the 24, Will Weber. Will, congratulations on the stage win here tonight.
Thank you so much, KR. Appreciate that. That was a hell of a race there to the finish.
So the 24 picks up stage number 2. We saw stage 1 go to the 40 of Anthony English. The championship drivers out there trying to win these stages, but so far these non-championship drivers stealing it from them. Gotta make you guys feel good knowing you can't get that championship, but maybe one of you could get the win and kind of spoil the perfect night for somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's, if anything, just carried into season 5, right? Anything to build a little confidence. That was, like I said, that was some super fun racing. A lot of back and forth there, and just hopefully we get the FSR guys up front here soon, and we can make a run at this championship. 2 in a row for FSR.
Well, Will, this final stage really is going to see quite a different dynamic from the first 2. What is it going to take for FSR to win this race?
Perfect situation for us is green flag pits. I think that's when we're at our strongest. There's not really many teams that can compete with how well we get on and off pit road together, and once we get hooked up, it's hard for even a full pack of cars to catch us. So hopefully this thing goes green, and we'll get the 26 or the 28 out front, and that'll be the end of it.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go, but before we do, any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yep, shout out again to all my teammates at FSR. Been a hell of a year. Looking forward to season 5. Shout out to my parents watching right now. Hopefully they're enjoying it. At least I won something tonight, so got to shout out them. And thank you guys up in the booth. Always great to talk to you guys, and looking forward to have you on the track next year, KR.
Next season. It's not going to be a year-long
Next
wait.
season, yeah, sorry.
So, yeah, I look forward to it too, Mitt. Will, once again, congratulations on the stage 2 win.
Thank you, sir.
That is Will Weber from FSR picking up stage number 2. How about that? Shout out to mom and dad. Very excited about that.
And who was it a week or 2 ago, KR, or a race or 2 ago that had I love mommy on their car or something like that?
That was
something along those lines.
That was the Mother's Day race, and a couple of the drivers had some Mother's Day paint schemes. Logan Helton, I believe, was the one that had I Love My Mommy on the back bumper.
That's correct. That's correct.
Speaking of Logan Helton, he is going to be restarting on the front row. Again, showing that pit crew off and how well he can get in and out of his pit box. Got him pole position here once again for this restart. Logan the Kid Helton, a rookie here in the OP Racing, has shown that he is more than just a rookie. 2 wins on the season. Man, oh man, what kind of storylines could be said if this 63 picks up the championship?
Oh man, they're endless. But I do see a little bit of trouble. No teammates around whatsoever to help Helton right here, so he's kind of in no man's land, if you will. But Pretty sure the kid has got a good strategy to keep it up there and keep the track position. KR pace car getting ready to duck off.
Lights are out. Pace car on the pit road. Logan Helton gonna wait for the right time to get on the throttle as that green flag flies. Once again, the 63 of Logan Helton. Excellent jump on the start there. Maybe a little too good, as he's now gonna try and get up to the high side and use some of the momentum from the 52 of Cobb. Dives back down to the inside, has the 24 Will Weber get into his back bumper.
Yeah, that was an absolute great start for Helton, but now paying the price. Outside lane, able to get gathered together a little bit quicker. Cobb gonna clear Holloway, not quite able to, as he's gonna get stuck on that outside lane with a 00 of Rob Connors just behind him. Helton now right on the back of Cobb's bumper. Will he try the high line this time by? No, gonna stay tucked in, coming around to the end lap 1 of stage 3, final stage. I don't know what you want to call it.
It's the final stage, final race of the season. We crown a champion here tonight, and right now the 63 of Logan Helton is leading our championship 4, but your race leader is the 52 of Randall Cobb. Cobb was in the round of 8. Final race, must-win situation. Everything that could go wrong did for that 52, but here he is leading this thing, and what a comeback story it could be for the 52 of Cobb if he could win this race.
And I mean, even a better story, what if we could get 3, maybe 4 of our rookies kind of to all work together to get a rookie the championship? How cool would that storyline be to have the 4 rookies now running inside the top 7 all line up with each other and go out there and show these a little bit more seasoned drivers how to do it.
Do want to give a quick rundown of the field. Started 21 cars. All 21 are still out on track. The 91 of Ernie Williams Jr. Last car on the lead lap, Rodney Cobb in the 44, who has been multiple laps down right behind the 91. He finds himself now just 1 lap down. First and only car 1 lap down. He's sitting in 20th spot. Josh Milam in the 7 machine, after that big crash in stage number 2, finds himself 4 laps down, but he is still out there. He has his teammate and championship contender Hunter Reynolds on his back bumper.
And in going through some of the timing and scoring, we haven't really mentioned Alliance Motorsports much here tonight, being kind of a non-factor out here tonight. Mark Mann running towards the rear of the field, 16th. Rick Seabrand had some trouble down a lap at one point in time, now running, I believe, in the 18th position. So Alliance Motorsports not having a very good championship race here tonight.
Yeah, Alliance Motorsports trying to get this championship win for the 95 of Mayer. Right now, the 40 of Anthony English is on the back bumper of the 95, but James kind of trapped as the 77 of Booth is on his outside door. But yeah, Alliance Motorsports, one of those other teams that works very well together, but they are scattered throughout the field. And I wonder if maybe it is just them trying to be careful, trying to ride around. You can't keep a good team down, and Alliance is one of those good teams, but they're going to have to start figuring out how to get hooked up and how to make something happen for this 95 of Mayer.
Yeah, I mean, drivers going to be pushing the limits a little bit harder as we continue to count down the laps here tonight for your championship race. 40 laps remaining out of the 100 scheduled for the official race distance. In the front of the field, KR, they're not afraid to mix it up. They've been constantly side by side, 2 by 2 for the first 4 or 5 rows there before you start getting that single file long train of cars on the inside row. And I don't know. I don't know if those 4 cars can get it done. They've been out there just hanging, not able to make up the ground and not able to get Helton to the front of the field.
The 52 of Cobb, your race leader, Will Weber, in that 24 machine on his back bumper. Then it's Derek Conley and the 02 of David Overstreet. That's the first 4 cars on the inside lane. That outside lane has 4 cars as they wiggle just a little bit. The 63 of Logan Helton now has the race lead, but does not have the 52 cleared, and now he does and dives down to the inside. So Logan Helton able to get in front of the 52 of Cobb.
And proving me wrong once again, like they have all season long. Those 4 cars built up the energy, the speed they needed, and got Helton to the front. And remember a few laps ago at the beginning of our final stage here, KR, I said that Helton was in no man's land, no help, no teammates. But now look, that's 77 of David Booth right there, 3rd car outside lane. And another teammate just behind Derek Connolly, the 02 of David Overstreet. So numbers beginning to fall in Helton's favor as far as teammates are concerned, in where he is on track leading this field well and clear of both cars, the 52 and the 21. So Helton can kind of go where he wants right now. Will he stay at the bottom, go to the top? Looks like he's going to stick it out on the bottom.
Checkered Flag Motorsports missing one of its teammates here tonight. That is the driver of the 62, Les Levy. And in fact, Les, down in my neck of the woods, he's not on a business trip here in my town, so he's unable to be part of this race, but he is checking in, calling the shots for his team as well as he can. He's trying to get that 77 of David Booth to the back bumper of the 63.
Yeah, and I mean, trying to get there with your teammates is all well and good, KR. We all know that you want to work with your teammates as much as you can. Drivers now hitting pit road. Will Weber, and it looks like Derek Connolly also coming to pit road. Cody Ober on pit road as well. You'll work with your teammate, and maybe in this scenario, all the way to the end to get yourself a championship. But the end of the race is the end of the race. Sometimes you just got to let your teammates go.
So green flag pit stops underway. The 63 of Logan Helton leading the charge for the moment as he has not come down pit road. Got just a handful of laps left of fuel on that 63. And we'll see how that plays out right now. This is a big group of cars, a big train. They got a lot of energy, a lot of momentum because of that. As those FSR teammates get on and off pit road, Will Weber, Derek Conley, Cody Ober, and Travis Elliott all made pit stops there. They are getting up to speed and getting formed up very quickly. We check in on this group of cars being led by the 24, Will Weber.
And checking in with our championship contenders, this green flag pit stop, KR, has split our championship contenders. 2 of them have pitted, 2 of them yet to hit pit road. Helton leading the field, and James Mayer back there in 9th position. Neither of those drivers hitting pit road. Hunter Reynolds, Derek Connolly sitting in 15th and 17th. Both of those championship drivers hitting pit road together. So interesting little strategy unfolding here. We might have 2 separate groups reform, and we could see those championship 4 at the front of both of those packs here.
Going on board with your race leader and championship leader Logan Helton in the 63. So when will these other drivers hit pit lane? Timing has got to be everything, not just for when you come down pit road, but having multiple cars come down pit lane with you. All those cars have to get on pit road, can't get a speeding penalty. Each and every car that ends up not hitting everything just right is one less car to help you out in this draft.
Trying to throw on the crew chief hat here for a second, KR. It's boggling my brain just a little bit because I don't think anybody's going to be able to make it a one-stopper here in this final stage. So Will Weber, Cody Ober, all those drivers, they're going to have to hit pit road once again. And even if Helton and his group of cars stay out for another 7 or so lapses. Some of them hit pit road this time. Helton a little bit indecisive, gonna pay the price. Loose on the apron, keeps it going forward. My goodness, that was a big time moment for a championship contender. He's falling through the field now, back to fourth, battling for fifth. But I don't think the fuel tanks are going to let these guys go from here on out. They're going to have to hit pit road for probably one more can after this.
Yeah, nobody can make it on fuel from here. The drivers who have not pitted yet are staring at 2 more pit stops. So yeah, that is a something to keep in mind. Logan Helton, though, looked like he wanted to come down pit road, but backed out of that decision at the last second. Falls to 4th place as the 52 of Randall Cobb back to the front. Holloway sitting in 2nd. The 00 of Rob Connors from Buck Wild Racing. Right now he finds himself in 3rd, but the 63 and the 95 championship contenders running nose to tail right now.
And maybe it's a little bit of strategy. Maybe he noticed that Mayer wasn't going to be hitting pit road, so maybe tried to stay out. I'm not quite so sure. But either way, we still got a close battle for the championship here. Helton just in front of Mayer. When are they going to hit pit road? Who's going to prevail? What group will it be? 3 separate groups now running on track. All 3 different tire cycles and fuel cycles, so going to be an interesting end of the race to see how they all come back together.
So now, when will this group hit pit lane? Those fuel tanks really starting to run dry. Got just a handful of laps left. Maybe see this entire group hit pit road this time. Ernie Williams Jr. in the 91. On the outside lane, the 7 of Josh Milam leading this group of drivers who has pitted. Milam does find himself 4 laps down, though. Derek Conley tucked in behind his teammate Hunter Reynolds right there as well. So FSR running very close to each other here. Can't really quite say that they're all nose to tail, but they are in this group. Cody Ober in with them, and the 51 of Travis Elliott. But man, this is going to be good to see as Randall Cobb and the rest of the group going to make their way around. And well, nobody coming down pit road. I'm a little shocked at that, but that's all right. They can come down pit lane whenever they want because pit road is open.
That it is, and I would say most of these drivers going to have to hit pit road this time by. Not going to be able to stretch it much farther from here. Possibly one more lap after this, but that's cutting it very close. So still not able to stretch it to a 1-stopper. So not really sure what the gain is here, but looking at the gaps in the pit road delta, KR, looks like these drivers may be able to come out in front of the rest of the field. If they can get on and off pit road quick enough, they should be able to maintain about a 3 or 4 second gap back to that next group of cars being led by Cody Ober.
So Randall Cobb continues to lead. He has led 12 laps so far tonight at 52, looking very solid. And Dave, I want to say they're going to come down pit road this time, but man, they just keep turning laps.
I think some of them may be having some troubles in post-race inspection. The fuel lines might be a little bit bigger in some of these cars. Not quite sure how they're managing to stay out. They stay out once again, stretching this thing as far as they can. Now 22 laps on these fuel and tires, so definitely going to be on pit road for 2 full cans of Sunoco Racing fuel before they head back off. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Onto the backstretch they go. This line of cars being single file. That is one of the things we look for to see when everyone's going to come down pit road. And as I say that, we got a few of them stepping out to try and go too wide. But quickly, and now here comes this group of drivers. James Mayer going to stay out though, but Cobb on pit road along with the 63 of Logan Helton. So Helton headed for service by his crew. And at the front of the field is the 40 of Anthony English, the 95 of James Mayer, and the 04 of Mark Mann. Alliance Motorsports all getting together right here. We'll see if they are going to come down pit road or if maybe they have been trying to save a little bit of fuel and do one more pit stop here and stretch this to the end.
Man, if this works out, there's 25 laps remaining, KR. 24 won't cross the line this time by. They're able to get one, possibly two more laps. I don't think they're pulling two more laps, but if they can get around under speed to pit road this time by, that's going to put them in the pit window to make it to the end. So it's possible if it stays green, but we get the caution flag, you know, it throws everything out the window. All the drivers going to hit pit road again anyway. So this strategy is going to have to work with a race all the way to the end.
Let's check in on the 63 of Logan Helton, the championship contender that had hit pit road. And he is just behind the 7 of Josh Milam. We look off the nose. But he had another excellent pit stop. Tried to get caught up to the FSR drivers that had all hit pit lane. But maybe just a touch too far behind as the 02 of David Overstreet dropping back to try and pick him up.
And Mayer locks it up coming through and on to pit road. Going to be interesting to see if he got a penalty there. Looked very, very fast, KR, from up here in the booth.
The jack drops, and yeah, he is sitting still. So a penalty to the 95. That is going to change the dynamic of his race. I mentioned it earlier. You cannot get a speeding penalty, especially late in the race. And the 95 of James Mayer still sitting on pit road to serve that penalty. Here comes the field to flash by Anthony English to put the 91 of Ernie Williams to the front of the field. And James Mayer still sitting on pit road. That 95 machine with a very long pit stop.
And he was well and deep into pit road, past the cone before the tires even locked up and smoked them down. So I kind of thought there'd be a penalty. I didn't know how bad it would be, but apparently it is a big one. Tough break for one of your championship contenders. He's going to need that dreaded yellow flag to fly to put him back into this thing.
We ride on board with the 95, looking out the back as the field comes charging to put the 95 one lap down. James Mayer stays down on that yellow line as Ernie Williams flashes past. And it seems the first mistake between our championship 4 is going to go to James Mayer, and it happens late in the race. This thing isn't over for him yet, but he has just put himself behind the 8 ball pretty bad.
Yeah, and you almost want to, if you're going to make a mistake, you almost want it to happen at the beginning of the race. That way you give yourself plenty of time to try to overcome it. Going to be very, very tough for Mayer to overcome it from this point out. Even with a caution, he's going to have to make his way through a lot of cars, get himself in a winning position for the championship. Derek Connolly leading those championship 4, sitting in second place right there behind the 91 of Ernie Williams. Talk about making a return splash. Ernie not on track for a while with us here this season, now coming back in the championship race, the season finale, and showing a little bit of muscle out there leading this field.
Yeah, Ernie has made 7 starts throughout this season. This would be his 8th race so far this season. Coming out here leading this thing, has been out in front for 3 laps now as Derek Conley goes up to the high side to let his car cool off, catch some air. That is going to put him losing some spots, but man, the 91 of Ernie Williams, like you said, hitting some races here and there. So just showing how good of a driver that 91 is, that even though he is not out here on a weekly basis, he's still sharp and able to lead this thing.
And a big moment there for Connolly. He was dropping like a rock through the field, and the 7 of Josh Milam eased up on the gas, gave him a good enough gap to jump down there to the inside lane. Now he follows Hunter Reynolds. And James Mayer, look at that. He's surging to the front. He's trying to put himself back on the lead lap the good old-fashioned way by passing the leader. But he's still going to need that caution flag to fly, man. That kind of hurts to see championship driver get down to what's one of the last stops in the race and kind of, whoa, Cody Ober engine pops right there in 3 and 4. He heads to the high line trying to get around the field. Drivers hitting pit road for the final time, KR.
That they are. FSR hitting pit lane. Logan Helton in this one as well. And Cody Ober, if you're going to pop an engine, that was a good time to do it. Hopefully he has a fast repair available to him. That is going to give the race lead to the 02, David Overstreet. He is out in up front, but he has the 95 of James Mayer working with him, and this is just going to make things go from bad to worse for the 95, as two cars really are not going to be able to lay down a blistering fast lap, so they are losing time to everyone else who's in the pack.
Battle off of pit road between Conley and Helton. Helton's gonna fall in line just behind Derek Conley, and Hunter Reynolds is just a little bit in front of them. Well, actually, Hunter's a good ways in front of him. He did not pit. I don't know what my eyes were seeing.
Hunter Reynolds in the 26 did pit with them, Dave. So yeah, I really don't know what your eyes are seeing.
I have no idea.
Dave Hunt in the 53 gonna flash by. That was spots for position for the 53, but Hunter Reynolds in the 26 way out in front of his teammates here as they're get into a train and they're gonna swallow him up quickly. But good news for him, he should be able to drop in somewhere and get back after it. But David Overstreet in the 02 continues to lead this thing as James Mayer drops down in front of him. Mayer now back on the lead lap. Last car on the lead lap, Mark Mann in that 04 machine. He is now 2 laps down. So a rough night for the 04 here in this championship race. But man, you got to wonder if Mark Mann can help that 95 out any, as he is trying to join to the back bumper of the 02.
And up at the front, Logan Helton, big time run right there on a slower car. Now gonna lose a little bit of ground as the field motor's on by. I believe that is the 53 of Dave Hunt, running a little bit slower than this big group of cars. And that unfortunately has stuck Logan Helton behind him all alone on the bottom. Those two cars surging forward now. Big run. Look at that huge run down the backstretch. Helton gonna push Hunt to the front.
Yeah, Helton pushing hard on the 53 of Dave Hunt. Right now, Dave Hunt in 10th spot, Logan Helton in 11th. And Logan has got to keep an eye on those temperatures, pushing that hard. These engines go very quickly, as the 8 of Cody Ober found out. And Cody Ober has gone behind the wall. So an early night for him. As that engine let go, I don't believe he had a fast repair available. So early exit for the 8. He is the first car out of the race.
And with now just 14 laps to go, Hunter Reynolds jumping to the outside of Logan Helton. Got to keep in mind, KR, although this battle that I'm watching here with your championship 3 in it, although it's not for the lead of the race, it's still for the championship. And Hunter Reynolds now sitting in front of his other contenders, 3 wide. Connolly through the middle, Weber on the top. They're going to make their way by Will Weber. He'll slot back in line behind the 7 of Josh Milam. So this little group of cars containing your championship 3 contenders here, mixing it up. It's a pretty good little battle.
Yeah, it is a very unique battle in the middle of the field for the championship. Overstreet continues to lead this race. Dan Harrington in the 82, he is sitting in second place as he leads a group of drivers down the back stretch. Daniel Holloway in this group, the 52 of Cobb, the 00 of Connors, Robert Duvendak in the 10 in this group as well. That is second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh is Anthony English in the 40 machine. Eighth right now, the 77 of David Booth, and then Rick Seabrand sitting in ninth. And then they are about 30 seconds ahead of the 28 of Derek Conley. And so our championship battle taking place in 10th spot.
In 10th spot, almost a lap behind. I mean, just a few more seconds and these drivers would be a lap down. So, I mean, it's an interesting little scenario here as the laps continue to click off. 12 laps remaining. I don't know which is the better race to watch, the one at the front or the one in the middle.
And keep in mind the 95 of James Mayer, last car on the lead lap. As David Overstreet finally hits pit lane, he is going to pit from the race lead, and that gives the lead to the 82 of Daniel Harrington. So Harrington out in front now, but he has a lot of cars with him. They are closing in quickly on James Mayer. And I'm pretty sure I saw some foam padding come out that 95 driver side window.
What?
Yeah, looks like foam padding, anything that's not bolted down is being thrown out the window by the 95 of Mayer. He is in need of a caution. He does have a teammate, and it is the 04 Mark Mann working with him. They are, just a few miles an hour slower. Mayer in a better position than if he was out there by himself, but they are still slower than this group of drivers that is closing in on them quickly. As David Booth in the 77 works his way off of pit lane, here come the race leader off of turn number 2 and onto the back stretch. Dan Harrington closing in on the 95 of Mayer, and I think Harrington going to have to hit pit road as we're inside of 10 laps to go. It'll be 9 laps when they cross the line this time.
Yeah, 9 laps to go when they cross the line this time. And KR, I think when they do hit pit road, when they eventually hit pit road, that's going to give the lead to this pack with your championship trio in it. And they are 3 out of the top 4 cars in this pack right now. Hunter Reynolds and Derek Connolly nose to tail. Logan Helton out there behind Ernie Williams. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not going to jinx anybody. I'm going to keep it quiet.
So right now, Hunter Reynolds leading the championship battle. Derek Conley in the 28, making a move to the outside. Right now, they're sitting in 8th and 9th place. So your championship battle continues to rage on. These group of drivers have made their final pit stop for the night. They are good to go, not only to the end of this thing, but possibly even to be able to cover a green-white checkered attempt. As Hunter Reynolds going to lose a few positions. Derek Conley on the high side. The 91 of Ernie Williams down to the inside. Logan Helton in that 63 right there as well. So, man, there's so much going on right here.
I smell a 3 wide coming up here pretty soon. Haven't really seen too much of the 3 wide action, but I can guarantee you these championship 3, if it means a chance at the championship, you got to shove it in there 3 wide. Look for it to be done as we continue to get closer and closer to the end of the race. The top 9, 10, I believe your top 7 yet to hit pit road, KR. So, yeah, I think this battle that I'm watching here with Ernie Williams, Logan Helton, Derek Connolly, and Hunter Reynolds, I think this is going to be the battle not just for the race lead, but for the championship, as Helton drops to the bottom right in front of Connolly. Connolly goes to the outside with Williams.
So Logan Helton now leads the championship battle. Will Weber in the 24, washed up high on corner exit, tucks back in behind his teammate Derek Conley. They head for turn number 3. Dan Harrington not yet hitting pit road, Dan Harrington hitting pit road with Daniel Holloway. That gives the lead over to the 52 of Randall Cobb. But we're watching this battle take place here for the championship. Dave Hunt in the mix, Ernie Williams in the mix, Will Weber there as well. So Randall Cobb, Rob Connors out in front. Robert Duvendak, Anthony English, and Rick Seabrands. That is your top 5 right there. David Booth in the 77 machine. He is the last car on the lead lap, trying to stay on that lead lap. But Cobb looking at 5 laps to go here. And I feel that is just on the outer edge of being able to make it. Like, I don't think he can make it, but man, I'm wondering if he's going to try and make it to the end of this thing. He's been able to save some fuel as they are kind of off pace. They are doing 190 miles an hour in this pack, so they are trying to stretch it. They are rolling slow.
Yeah, I think Duvendak, English, and Seabrands might be the drivers that are going to be able to pull the stretch off here. I do not believe Cobb and Connors have enough in the tank, because they've been out there for 21 laps already. That's going to be asking about 25 to 26 laps of fuel out of the car, so I'm not sure they're going to be able to pull that one off. But Duvendak and English, Seabrands, they might be able to pull this thing off. Your championship 3, KR, still running nose to tail now. Down on the inside lane, Derek Connolly looking to the outside of Hunter Reynolds going down the backstretch. So still some interesting strategies and interesting 3 wide now with Helton in the middle. Wow, that was a bit of a moment there. Very, very close between Weber, Reynolds, and Helton. That was pretty close.
That it was. Comparison for the last lap. Randall Cobb just turned a 46.723. The 28 of Derek Conley, as he crossed the line, turned a 44.357, so almost 2.5 seconds faster, and they are now 16 seconds behind the race lead. They are charging up quickly, but with 3 laps to go, the question becomes, can Randall Cobb stretch it? And no, Randall Cobb and Connors are going to hit pit road. That gives the lead to Robert Duvendak, Anthony English in second, and Rick Seabrands in third. And they are still doing, a slow pace compared to Derek Conley and Logan Helton.
Yeah, but 13 seconds to go, 2 laps to go before we find out who can put the race win in the bag and put the season championship on their shoulders. Your championship trio, if I could talk and get it out, tongue twisting me right now. Hunter Reynolds, Logan Helton, Conley, they've been mixing it up lap after lap. Big push by Reynolds on Helton. Squirrely all the way down the backstretch and into turn 3. Now looking to the outside. Helton blocking a little bit here. Conley going to the inside. Battle for a championship in 5th place. KR, how many other leagues can say that?
Logan Helton is throwing blocks, contact with Josh Milam and Hunter Reynolds, and Derek Conley is going to get into the 20 or the 63 a little bit, and now the 91 gets into the 28. But the white flag is flown. Derek Conley goes spinning on the final lap. Logan Helton trying to hold off Hunter Reynolds. They make their way down the backstretch. More contact. Now Logan Helton goes for a spin. And Hunter Reynolds in the 26, the only championship contender to go around is going to win the championship if he can hold on to it. The race win goes to the 40 of Anthony English, Duvendak Seabrands, 1, 2, and 3, but Hunter Reynolds through the trial of the 91 of Ernie Williams is going to push his teammate to a championship.
Oh my goodness.
Logan Helton brings it home in second in the championship. Derek Conley third, and James Mayer. Looks like Mayer out of fuel trying to get the 04 to push him across the line. But your race winner is the 40 of Anthony English. But Hunter Reynolds wins the championship in fourth place.
Wow. What a finish. What a last lap. Oh my. I'm sure there's going to be some drivers not as amused or happy with the way things turned out here tonight. But man, that was a great finish to see.
But Hunter Reynolds picks up the win for the season championship. Logan Helton giving him some love taps. And man, what a finish to the season. So let's walk this back just a little bit here. We're going to try and break down this last lap as the 26 lights up the tires. Oh my goodness, there was so much that was going on there at that last lap. All right, let's break this down. Let's go to our white flag lap. Logan Helton, Hunter Reynolds, Derek Conley, all right there. Here we go into turn number 3. This is coming to the white flag. Helton trying to hold them off, making his car as wide as possible. Derek Conley in the 28 as they take the white flag here. Hunter Reynolds makes contact with Josh Milam. Milam goes down to the inside. Derek Conley in the 28 is going to get bumped by the 98 of Ernie Williams. He goes spinning. But then Hunter Reynolds and Logan Helton battle down the backstretch. Contact was made by those two drivers, and Hunter Reynolds, trying to fight the control of his car, hip checked Logan Helton in the 63. We'll take another look at that one. Back that up just a little bit further. But you can see they were just running nose to tail. Very close racing, very hard racing for a championship. No one wanted to give an inch. And Hunter Reynolds survives it all and wins the championship.
Yeah, I mean, that's just almost a product of restrictor plate racing. You know, you got to throw them blocks, and sometimes you get away with them, sometimes you don't. And unfortunately, Helton on the not paying end of the bump and the beating there. And yeah, Hunter Reynolds able to walk away with the championship, man. That was a heck of a job out there.
That it was. So let's go ahead and get our post-race show underway, and let's kick it off by talking to our race winner here tonight, and that is the 40 of Anthony English. Anthony, congratulations on the race win, man.
Thank you, Kara. Thank you.
Nice job out there. A bit of fuel strategy going your way to pick up that win.
Oh, for sure. I gotta first start off thanking Robert. We started saving from the beginning, and we saved the whole freaking time and only did it in one stop. We did not believe it was gonna work. Robert coached us on through that whole run, thinking we could believe it, and I owe this all to Robert. He made a hell of a call for our team, and it paid off. 1, 2, 3 Alliance.
Well, the 40 machine picked up the race win on championship night, and I'll tell you what, you know, not to overshadow you guys, you had an excellent strategy, excellent call, picked up the race win, but the championship battle was intense for the last few laps behind you guys. Hopefully you can go back and watch that. But man, congratulations to the race win here. Got some momentum going into next season now.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel it's been a long time coming. I've come up short quite a few times, so I just, you know, it was going to happen one day, I thought, and well, it happened tonight.
Well, nice job out there. Congratulations. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Oh, thank you. For sure, Alliance Motorsports, Robert, Rick, the whole pack of us there at the end. We made it work. You guys up in the booth, you guys do great every race, every season. Looking forward to having you guys back next year. And then, of course, everybody at OP that puts us on, Cody Perarcian and everybody, and they do a great job. Love it here.
All right, that is your race winner, the driver of the 40 machine, Anthony English, getting it done out here tonight. But let's now move on to one of our championship contenders. Hopefully he's available, but he's got his mic muted. We'll see if he's got a moment to talk to us or not. He maybe is stepped away, but maybe not. All right, James Mayer, driver of the 95 machine, bringing it home fourth in the championship. James, wasn't meant to be, but man, you were looking good out there till it seemed like a speeding penalty.
Yeah, that one's on me. You know, that was a great call by Robert. He's been our crew chief all year long. Made another great call tonight, and choked. So that one's on me. One's on me. You know, Alliance Motorsports will come back strong next year and go for it again.
Well, James, that 95 machine, you know, making it into the championship 4 is no slouch. And yeah, like you said, you get to carry a bunch of momentum, carry maybe a little bit of chip on your shoulder for this, and kick off the next season.
Yeah, definitely want to come back and you know, get some redemption on that one. You know, it's a tough league. There's a lot of talent here, and you know, it's competitive racing week in and week out. So yeah, definitely use it as some fuel for next year to come back and you know, get back to fighting.
All right, James. Well, before we let you go, final time this season, any shout outs or thank yous?
You know, my teammates at Alliance Motorsports, and, you know, like I said, another great call tonight. Awesome teamwork. You know, all the guys at OP that put this on, and you guys up in the booth putting on a great show.
All right, that is James Mayer, driver of the 95 machine, finishing fourth in the championship here tonight. But now let's move on to our third place finisher in the championship, and that is the 28 of Derek Conley. Derek having an epic battle there on the last lap. Could only ask for a championship win, but walk us through those final laps.
Well, there was a lot of turning to the left and a lot more turning to the right, just as much as we were hitting each other. That was so unreal. That was probably the best battle I believe I've ever had in iRacing between all three of us there. That was just so fun. It didn't work out in our favor, but it worked out in the team's favor. Hunter was able to walk away with it. I can't be more happy. You know, that was just an awesome battle. Ended great for the team. So, heck yeah.
Well, you bring it home third in the championship. FSR knocking down the walls again for a championship win with Hunter Reynolds. But, man, we were torn trying to watch the race win as a fuel strategy play was being called out. Anthony English picked up the win, but you guys were battling for that championship for 3 laps back in like 10th and 11th place.
Yeah, we were kind of just looking around. Josh and Will were looking at the standings, and they said, "Wait, Jim's a lap down. Race it." And so we raced it, and it was weird to think about being in 10th place, battling for the championship. You know, it took a little bit for that to hit our collective minds, but as soon as it did, I'm still shaking. I mean, that was fun. We were, like I said, we were sideways most of the last 3 laps.
Well, man, real quick, want to give you a congratulations. A solid finish here in the championship, third place. Nothing to sneeze at here in this league. And now you get to do it again next season, maybe carrying a little bit of, well, shall we say some fire for that third place finish?
Oh, I'm definitely fired up. I can't wait for next season to start. I started having so much fun. You know, every once in a while, you do this for so long, and it just becomes a chore. The past 6 months have just been so much fun. We're going to take this break. We're going to come back, firing right back to where we were, and we're going to go for it again.
All right, man. Well, final time this season. Any shout outs or thank yous?
As always, I want to thank Alex, Cody, Rob for bringing us all together. And OP, without them, we wouldn't have this league. I want to thank my teammates, Josh, Hunter, Will, Ernie, everybody else who I haven't mentioned that has run with FSR and other series. Thank everybody from the bottom of my heart. I want to thank you and Dave for sticking it out with us for so long, every single Monday night. You all are the best out there. I love going back and watching the broadcast. And I want to thank all the viewers, everybody out there that comes in, watches us, have fun with us. I mean, we're out here having fun, but we love having fun and being able to share it with all of you all out there as well.
That is Derek Conley, driver of the 28 machine, your third place finisher in the championship. And once again, man, congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
And now let's move on to our second place finisher. And that is none other than Logan Helton. Logan, epic battle there coming down the backstretch, trying to win a championship as a rookie. Walk us through those last few laps, man.
Well, first, just me being against all those FSR guys, I knew it was going to be a crazy challenge. And I knew my only chance was to just make moves I've never done before. And I did that for those whole last 10 laps. And it was just, I almost feel a bit rude for how much I was blocking, but I was just talking to Hunter and he said he completely understands just because I was the only guy up there that wasn't in a team like they were. But yeah, those last few laps were just crazy. Me blocking, because I knew that was my only chance. But just a big congrats to all the guys up here in the front that were able to hold on to the cars like we did. That was just incredible how we were able to do that. And yeah, also congrats to Hunter on the championship.
Well, Logan, your rookie season here on Monday night is going to finish with a second place finish in the championship battle. And man, I look forward to seeing you next season and what more you can do. But that 63, let's just say when it was on track, these drivers knew that they were in for a battle.
Yeah, thank you. Man, I knew exactly what I needed to do to win the race. I'm looking back at it, and I knew that if I blocked a little bit more on that last lap, I would have been able to keep the momentum. But yeah, me and Hunter just made contact, and it's racing.
Yeah, good hard racing down the backstretch. Championship on the line, nobody giving an inch. But second place is where you're going to end up in the championship. Any shout outs or thank yous for this?
First of all, thank you to all my teammates at Checkered Flag Motorsports who are trying to stick with me this whole race. Big thank you to Jimmy Crow, who was walking me through everything I needed to do. Thanks to my sponsors, RGC Media and East Bay Landscaping. Thanks to the league for putting on these races that keep us entertained for all these Mondays. Thanks to you guys for putting on the broadcast, all my friends and family that watch the race, and just big thanks to everyone that participates in this. It was really fun up here racing.
All right, Logan, once again, congratulations on second place in the championship, man, my friend.
Thank you.
Logan Helton from Checkered Flag Motorsports bringing it home in second place. But now it is time to talk to our championship winner. That is none other than the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Hunter, congratulations.
Thank you. That was a crazy race at the end, man. It feels great.
Well, the 26 survived all the carnage on the last lap. You finished fourth in the race, but you beat the other championship contenders to the line to bring home this championship. And this night wasn't what I would say was a perfect one for you, but you were able to overcome everything and settle in and find a way to win it.
Yeah, we got wrecked out earlier. I think it was the big pile up. I don't know what lap it was. How you doing?
I'm fine, but I have lost internet. And now we're back, hopefully. So Hunter, go ahead, as not sure what happened there, but looks like everything's up and running once again. So you didn't necessarily have a perfect race, but you found yourself winning the championship. Talk us through this race here tonight.
This race, it was pretty crazy. We got wrecked out. Then I had to ride in the back, and we had some pit strategy at the end. But that race, the last 10 laps, that was where it's at. Unfortunately for James Mayer, he, I think it was speeding on pit road is what I'm hearing. But that really sucks for him. But we got the job done tonight.
Dave, I believe, has a couple questions for you as well, Hunter.
How hard was it after that contact down the backstretch to keep that thing out of the outside wall and keep the momentum going and eventually walk away the season champion?
Man, I thought it was almost completely sideways. Me and Logan got together. I don't know if I came down. It was just tight racing at the end, and I had to save the car. I was definitely loose and bounced off of Logan there, but I was scared. That was tense.
Well, man, congratulations on making it through the entire season, all the way to tonight's race, and then being able to walk away with the season championship, man. Great race all race long. Those last few laps were intense for sure. Before we let you go and enjoy your championship, you want to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that?
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank all my teammates, FSR, Ernie. I lost words. Sorry, Ernie, Will, Josh, and Derek. These guys are top of the line, great teammates. I love them to death. 4X Graphics, check them out. Shout out to all the family, friends, people watching. We appreciate everyone. All the OP League admins, we couldn't be here without them. They do a great job. And of course, Turn 3, you guys, KR, Dave, you guys do a great job, and we appreciate you.
All right, that is Hunter Reynolds, your championship winner. Once again, congratulations, man. Go celebrate with the rest of the team and the league.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Hunter Reynolds, the first back-to-back champion here on OP Racing on Monday nights. And man, Dave, what a season, what a race, what a time it has been.
Absolutely, KR. Race in and race out, these drivers show us something new, tend to see something different. Tonight, it was a battle for the championship mid-pack, something I have never actually witnessed before. So, once again, these drivers not failing to exceed expectations. Great season, and I tell you what, I'm looking forward to next season to being able to see you get out there and mix it up. Some of our fans and viewers don't know, last time we held the duels, not last week, but the one before that, you were able to walk away with a dual win. So, gonna be nice to see you out there mixing it up and possibly calling you to victory lane for a championship at the end of next season.
That we will. It has been a very enjoyable 2 years, every Monday night, well, almost every Monday night, right here in this microphone room, calling some outstanding racing that OP puts on. And I do look forward to getting out there and making some races with these guys. So it is a bit emotional this season. One of the races was called the Thank You KR. It meant a lot to me. You don't really have a lot of time during a season to reflect on everything, but coming to tonight's broadcast, I really was just kind of reflecting on this 2-year run that I've had where I haven't really missed a Monday night. And even if I wasn't in the booth, I know I left you high and dry one night. Father's birthday got involved, but man, I was watching it on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and just has been quite a journey. And yeah, now I look forward to getting out there and racing with them.
Yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure, KR, to join you each and every time that I've been able to. I've missed a few races myself this season with other obligations and things of that nature, but each and every Monday night, man, it's an absolute pleasure to get up here and call these things with you.
With all that being said, all the sob stories out of the way, guys, let's go ahead and sign off for the final time this season. Hunter Reynolds, back-to-back championship. And for myself and Dave Worrell, we congratulate the driver of the 26 machine as he continues to celebrate out on track. And guys, until I get to talk to you all again, thank you so much for joining us week in and week out. I look forward to the next time that I will hang with y'all. And until then, y'all be safe, and I'll see you soon.